Here, let's talk about this. So Lil Wayne, he responded to not headlining the Super Bowl. I've made a video earlier this week addressing this. We talked about it's been the hottest topic this week, arguably. Well, I don't know. That Shannon Sharp stuff kind of took over, and Kendrick dropping a song kind of took over. So, but Lil Wayne actually responded to all the controversy because for the past few days, the past week rather, we've heard Birdman talk about this. We've heard Cameron, Nicki Minaj making a fool of herself, as you've seen in one of my last videos. But we have not heard from Lil Wayne. We have not heard from Lil Wayne up until this point. Up until this point. So let's listen. All right, let's take a listen to what Lil Wayne had to say about not performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. All right. Um, let me see. Is that good? All right, boom. Here we go.
Um, that hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown, and for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position, like somebody told me that was my position.
I like the way he answered that. Let's keep going.
So I blame myself for that, but I thought that was nothing. I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all, y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all.
Respect. Okay, that's respect.
That's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, have you all helped me? Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity.
I don't see why, but keep going.
But I'm working on me, and I'm working. So
All right, that's that. Okay. Now, Lil Wayne is entitled to feel however he wants to feel. He's able to say what he wants to say, speak out how he wants to speak out, right? But the thing is, I like and I appreciate him for, addressing it so everybody could calm down and simmer down because the man addressed it. We haven't heard from him. So I appreciate him coming out and speaking on it, at least. You know what I'm saying? Instead of letting rumors float around that him and Jay-Z not getting along and all this other stuff, right? But some people, a lot of people are giving it backlash. And the reason is because instead of just saying, hey man, I'm not performing, but shout out to Kendrick Lamar, he just made it straight up about himself as if someone told him he was going to be performing, as if he sat with Jay-Z and sat with the board and they came up to him and said, hey man, you're highly considered as a candidate, right? That's not what happened. Lil Wayne let the hip-hop community, or primarily his fan base, gas him up into thinking he was going to perform, and then found out that he wasn't, right? Now I appreciate him for saying that. I let myself down because mentally in my head I started thinking that I was going to be performing. Meant in my mind, I thought that it was going to happen when nobody told me that. I want that to sink in, and I want people to really listen to that because that's taking accountability. I appreciate him taking accountability to say that's my fault. Cool. But for the people who are supportive and really wanted him to be there, this is my whole thing. It's like when he said that you know, I'm working on me, I felt broken or whatever, and I'm paraphrasing. Nobody told you you was going to be performing, right? I appreciate there's nothing wrong with how he felt, right? But it's a sense of entitlement. It's a sense of entitlement. And there's a younger person, another black man who's going to be performing. And you know what this brother stands for. You know what Kendrick be on. So you couldn't just say, but shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You couldn't do that. Now I know him and Drake are beefing and stuff like that, but again, nobody came to you, Wayne, and said you will be performing. And I'm not understanding, like, if people don't know how the process of this works, they're not going to hit up a lot of different people, because I know some people were just like, how do you know they didn't directly hit him up? He would have said that if that was the case, but no, they internally vote for who they think should do it, and they reach out to that person. Why would you reach out to different people and try to say, hey, you might be performing and getting their hopes up at the Super Bowl? That doesn't even make sense. So I highly doubt that happened. But again, for the people who really wanted to see him perform, and I did a whole video talking about it, so I'm not going to give my reasons why, but at least I can say Lil Wayne blamed himself for even thinking that. He listened. My issue is that he listened to people instead of, and it gave him a sense of entitlement because it's New Orleans. It gave him that sense of entitlement. And the thing is, there have been other issues that we've wanted him to speak out for. You know what I'm saying? With the whole, you remember the whole, I did this already when they were asking about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. You know Wayne's position right there, but I blame Nicki for that. But I'll wait to talk about that later next week. But it's the sense of entitlement for me that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because it's in your city does not mean that you're gonna perform. But I do, to play devil's advocate, understand how he could feel that way because he saw what happened in LA, right? Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, all of them performed, so they felt it was only right for Lil Wayne to perform. But that's not how it works. You can't just go by what you've seen previously without talking to anybody. Because the thing is, I'm quite sure they looked at his past performances and said, is Lil Wayne capable of doing that? From my understanding, he has a bad rep in the industry for being late to shows, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we've just seen his performance at WrestleMania that was god awful. I already talked about that. And that clip went viral of me talking about it. Shout out to everybody who's been sharing it and everybody who's joined the channel since then. But it's the sense of entitlement that I just don't like. And you're listening. This goes to the people out there in the internet. Wayne should have never let the internet gas him up and his fan base gas him up into believing that he was going to be performing. Now, I know he expressed his desire and things like that, but again, nobody told this man this. Nobody. And for the people who really wanted him to perform, listen to what he said. He said, I guess I pretty much gassed my own head up and thought that I was going to be performing, and I'm crushed and I'm heartbroken, but it is what it is. Yeah, you can. I can't tell that man how to feel. He thought that they were going to be in New Orleans. He saw what happened in LA with Dr. Dre and Snoop, so he felt that he was going to do that. Right. But that wasn't the case. And I just think that it's a sense of entitlement that's crazy to think that you're going to perform at the biggest stage of them all. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think that. I would hope so, but I wouldn't try to even get a campaign or nothing like that going. I just say, hey, I desire to do it, but I wouldn't have thought in my head that I was going to do it automatically. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like I said, don't respect Wayne for not giving Kendrick his flowers and giving him his send off, because Kendrick is one of Lil Wayne's biggest fans. You remember when Lil Wayne had announced he was retiring? Kendrick was one of the main ones using his platform at the time, going on social media, playing old Lil Wayne records and very supportive of him, rapping them word for word. They ended up collabing in, what was that, 2018 for Mona Lisa, I want to say. But one thing, Lil Wayne has nobody but to blame but himself, and he addressed that in the video, so I commend him for that. I guess I'm mainly talking about the fans who are anti-Kendrick right now and using this as a ploy for Drake, because that's what it's really about. But again, nobody told Lil Wayne he was going to be performing, so I don't understand how he could be crushed. But to play devil's advocate, I can, because y'all gassed him up. But that's why I stand with it, his response was his response, but I don't have any sympathy towards him. I'm gonna just say that. Like, I don't. Had he met with somebody and told us that he talked to people and was in talks to do it, he didn't get snubbed. I want to get that out the way. Wayne didn't get snubbed because a lot of people were saying, oh, he got snubbed. See, getting snubbed means that somebody promise you something, or you're in the running for something and some cheating happens, right? Like a lot of people felt like Kendrick got snubbed from the Grammys, right? When he was going for album of the year, and Macklemore ended up getting it over Good Kid, Mad City, which was crazy and didn't make any sense. That's what you call a snub, right? There was a category, Kendrick was a nominee. Wayne wasn't no damn nominee. He was talked about from the community, but we didn't hear one statement from the NFL saying they were considering Wayne. We didn't hear one word from Jay-Z saying that. We thought that. Well, I ain't gonna say we. I ain't never think that. I thought it would have been cool, but y'all thought that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. It wasn't no runner-ups, right? The candidates and stuff like that. I'm quite, if there are candidates, it's internally, and then they have a selection process on how they do it. You know, so this goes to show you can't let your fans gas you up, you know. But anyway, let me move on to the next subject.